Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday or Sunday or whatever day you happen to be watching this on. For me, it's currently a Monday. That's usually the day I do most of my TekTopia recordings on, but that doesn't really matter. What does matter is what we are going to be doing in today's episode, which is actually not one, not two, but 3 new builds in our elven fantasy village, which I'm super excited to show you guys. Last episode we just did a whole bunch of planning and terraforming and basically just getting ourselves in the position so that we are ready to start building this episode. But before we begin, let me just give you an update on what I've been doing in between episodes in preparation for today. First of all, I chopped down a whole bunch of dark oak trees because we're going to be using a lot of that wood here with this village. I also gathered together a bunch of cyan concrete and concrete powder for the roofs of these houses that we're going to be building. I also expanded the cactus farm that we built last episode, so that is working much better now. And I also took a trip to the gold farm to repair all of my tools because they took a little bit of a beating. And the final thing was I set up a sheep farm so that we can have an easy access to all of the cyan wool that we're going to be using, which is just over there behind my shoulder, which isn't currently loading any sheep in at the moment, but I can assure you there are plenty in there. As you can see, lots and lots of sheep inside of this pen, all dyed cyan, so I can easily shear them and have access to that whenever I need it. And I may even breed these guys up a little bit more. I probably don't need it, but this pen is quite big, so I probably could fairly easily. I mean, I got enough wheat in here, as you can see. So yeah, these guys are ready to be sheared whenever I possibly need access to cyan wool, which I definitely am this episode because, as I said, we're going to be doing some building. And the first one is actually going to be the big old town hall. So if you guys caught last episode, you will already know exactly where the town hall is going to be going. Right there on that torch on top of the stone block is the front door and where the marker for the town hall is going to go. You can also see some other stone blocks kind of just dotted around in various locations. I'm fairly confident that is actually going to be the village border if we have the town hall marker there. I've triple checked it, so I think we should actually be okay to build the town hall, place down the marker, and hopefully we should include most of the area that I actually want to build with here inside of the village border. So let's begin the first building time lapse of this new village. Oh buddy, there it is, the first build in our new village, looking pretty cool if I do say so myself. So let's take a flight down and have a closer look. So first thing you'll probably notice is I have missed my mark. I've gone back a few blocks and over to the left ever so slightly, simply because, you know, we're going to drop off the edge there if I did it where I had positioned. So the town hall marker is going to be going on that stair right there, and we should hit the 4 corners, or the 4 markers I should say, pretty easily. It shouldn't really be that much of an issue. So yeah, let me actually walk you through some of my ideas I had with this house and the design and the general style of this village here. So usually with fantasy houses, they have pretty tall roofs, right? They're really quite extravagant and heightened. Wanted to copy that over here. So this is actually 2 blocks right there, some stairs, 2 blocks again, and then a single block at the top and then the final point. That's a pretty tall roof, and honestly, some of the builds in this village may even be taller than that. I really want to emphasize on the fantasy genre and go a little bit over the top with certain elements, like with our roof points over here. That's a bit extreme, but I think it works. So I'm not entirely sure what these things are called, by the way, when it comes to an end and then you have a little point. I have no idea. If somebody could let me know, that would be much appreciated. I only play Minecraft, I'm not an architect, I have no idea anything about actual houses. I always just call them the pointy bit of the roof. So yeah, like I said, I've gone really over the top with this, and it's meant to be a little bit like a tree. I wanted to shape it in a way where it kind of looked like something, and my original plan was to do some sort of dragon. Oh, that's a big stake in my face. Dragon or animal of some kind, but I couldn't really land on that very well, so I went with sort of like a tree shape. I don't know how well that comes across. it looks cool nonetheless. So yeah, we've gone really over the top with that. Really tall roofs and quite grand. And I want to go fairly heavy on the detail. Like we have this pretty cool window out the front, which almost looks a bit steampunky to me. I know that's not really what we're going with here. Maybe we could do a steampunk village in the future. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it's a pretty cool circular window. Again, not really entirely sure if it fits with the fantasy genre, but it makes the house look cool. So yeah, or town hall, sorry, look cool. So that is building number 1 done. I haven't started the interior just yet. There was a creeper in here, so I'm a little bit skeptical to walk in. I think we're okay. So yeah, it's looking pretty empty in here. As you can see, I already had to kind of start on the roof because we're using that concrete powder, which is affected by gravity. You have to place some blocks on the inside before you can actually do the roof. It's a little bit tricky, but not too bad. So yeah, I think we get this furnished and then we can place down the first marker and bring back the architect and the tradesman and yeah, get them settled in nice and cozy in here. Okie dokie, the interior has been done, so let's take a land here and we can head on inside, where you will see it's not super duper detailed. There's not a whole lot going on in here. We do only have limited floor space, so I didn't really want to go too over the top with it. I am going to be walking in here quite a lot to trade with our architect and tradesman, so yeah, I don't want to have stuff just all in the way. So we've got some things in the corners here to fill out those spaces, a chair for both of them to sit on, because they do like to do that in the town hall, by the way. Don't make your villagers just stand 24/7. It's cruel. So, did I just break a block? Yes, I did. So very cruel. You made me do that. That's how cruel it is. But yeah, no, I just like to add a chair in so they can actually sit down from time to time. A little bit of storage up there, and then we got a big old chandelier, and I think the ceiling has stayed the same for the most part. So that right there is the town hall all done, except from building the marker. And when I say building, I mean crafting. We're going to craft the marker. And in case you don't know how to do that, let me show you. So we are going to need ourselves an iron pickaxe, an iron sword, an iron hoe, an iron axe, and then a diamond, and we get the town hall icon. Much easier and simpler and just straightforward, as opposed to grabbing it from a nearby village, which is what I've done in the past, and I usually have issues when I end up doing that. Plus, you actually get a little bit of an added bonus from doing it this way. So if we just plot down here again and place down the item frame with the town hall marker, give it a couple of seconds, let's just do some walking around, wait for the nomads, or not the nomads, the architect and the tradesman to spawn in. Are you guys in there now? No. Oh, there you are. Hello friends, how are you doing? And then I think there should be a chest. Yes, there it is. Well, that is cursed if I've ever seen a... What is going on there? It's a corner chest. It's incredible. Oh, we got a large double chest. We lucked out. That's weird. I almost want to leave that because that's kind of amazing. It's a little bit glitchy, but I mean, how often do you get something like that? I'm going to leave it for the most part, maybe for a while. I'm sure I'll take it down at some point. But yeah, when you craft the marker, you get a storage icon, a home icon, and then a farmer and a lumberjack. So we're actually going to be using the storage icon today. That's another building I'm hoping to get to, but not yet. We've actually got something else I'd rather do instead, which is up on that mountaintop right there. Amongst all of that double, triple, quadruple corner chest goodness, I actually forgot to check the village border, so it should be at least around about the same location as this block right here. Let's take a land. Yep, right there. Okay, so that side is good. I know we'll be good that side. I just want to take a flight over here and see if we can get most of this island incorporated, which by the looks of it, yeah, we get even more actually. That's pretty much... Oh, -3 blocks or 4 blocks. That's pretty bang on. Awesome. And then, yeah, obviously this side will be fine because I don't really want to build any further than along this river. And oh, look, it's the first merchant and the first nomads. Hello, welcome. I am not going to hire you because I am simply not ready. So atop this mountain here, I wanted to build something that could be potentially incorporated into the lore of this village. Obviously, we won't be doing that sort of stuff yet because, well, we've only done one building so far, but when we do eventually think of a backstory for this village, maybe this could be slid into it some way or another. It's meant to be some sort of ancient ruin, maybe a shrine or some place of magic where potentially the older elves maybe did some stuff. I don't know. We'll think more about that later on, but those of you who watched last episode are probably wondering, hang on, didn't you say your base was going to go up there? Why yes, it is. It's actually going to be kind of underneath this shrine or whatever it is, so it's going to look like something cool and magical from the ground level, but when I fly up to it, it's actually going to serve a purpose for me, so there's not a whole lot of room in here for all of my chests and other things to go inside, but I think it should be enough. Just about, there really isn't a whole lot of spare chests remaining if I need extra room. I only have these two up here. Everything else is being occupied by a certain type. I've got my rockets here, my mob drops, other random items, miscellaneous. Yeah, so that's all sorted. I got the necessities I need. There's probably more things I could carry on over from previous villages, but it's really not that far of a flight if I just want to go and grab something quickly. So yeah, that's me all sorted. Got my crafting bench, my ender chest, and my bed, which I actually need to use right now. I've just had a thought that has actually required me to make a world backup, because if this goes wrong, I'm gonna want to reload an old save, but what we're actually gonna do is hop down here in a very weird manner. What just happened then? I think I took flight. We are gonna craft one of these. I've never made one of these before in survival Minecraft because they're very dangerous. If I was to place this down right now and punch it, I would lose basically everything we've just done here. But, you know, this shrine, whatever we're calling it, it's meant to be some source of magic, at least what I'm going with here. I think we put this up there in the sky. Not that far up, but, you know, so it looks like some sort of central power source or something along those lines. I gotta go really careful though, because this could go poorly. Okay, I guess let's pillar on up to a good height. I'm not really sure what level to go at this. I think above each of these spires would be a good point. Maybe right here. So I believe you actually need to place this on an obsidian block. Right there. I hope that's a good height because I genuinely don't know if you can take this down. I'll probably have to like encase it in obsidian and then blow it up if this isn't good enough. So hopefully this is the right height. Actually, you know what? Everything I've just said there is making me want to just very simply take a little bit of a flight away. Yeah, that's going to look awesome. Okay, let's see if we can take a land. No, we can't. This is probably going to take me multiple attempts. Come on. There we go. Just about got that one. Okay, end crystal, please don't explode. Oh, okay. Makes me very nervous. Careful where we're swinging that pickaxe. Okay, so I believe we can actually break this obsidian block and it should just stay there floating. Oh my goodness, that looks awesome. Okay, let's take down the stone pillar we've just done, or at least most of it. Come on, that top block. Oh, that one too. Hang on a second. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Okay. I did do a little bit of testing in a creative world. I can actually fly into it and make it explode. But how cool does that look? Ah, amazing. If you guys have any ideas of extra little bits we could add in to make this look extra magical, maybe some potion effects somewhere or something like that. I'm not really sure what to do with that at the moment. I'm going to wait for your feedback. But yeah, how cool is that? An end crystal just floating there, waiting to blow up my entire storage system. Hopefully that doesn't happen or I may cry. Okay, that isn't scary at all. Just wanted to double check to make sure that nothing can explode. Like I'm left clicking on it here. I think we're all good. I can't like do that to make it. No. I'm fairly certain, unless I punch it, which I'm kind of scared I'm going to do, to be honest. I think we're all good. Okay, awesome. Now, before we get started with the final build of today, which is actually going to be the storage room, I do actually need to figure out where it's going to go. I haven't put that much thought into it. Maybe around here would be a good spot. But anyway, I need to talk to you guys about something that I'm a little bit concerned about with this village, and that is lighting. So for the first two villages, Mecklen's-Vale and Asteria, we used a mod called Invisiblights, which is basically an invisible lighting source that you place down and you can't see it. It's an added mod on. or extra mod that I added on, I should say, and I really liked using it, but it was just a little bit overpowered, and with the undergrowth we didn't use that at all, and I kind of want to keep it that way because, you know, this mod, TekTopia, may eventually get updated to 1.14 or 1.15 or maybe in 1.16 at some point in the future. Invisiblites might not, and then, yeah, that would kind of make all of my villages very, very dark. So I would like to light this one up naturally, but as you can see, the sun is setting. It's getting awfully dark around here, and that's a lot of land to cover, and because we're in 1.12, we basically have torches and hidden lighting. We don't have lanterns or any of the new stuff like that. We do have end rods. I guess we could actually use end rods a little bit in this village. Didn't think about that one. That would stick with the fantasy theme, right? Okay, maybe something to think about, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to do right now because I don't really have a solution for a permanent lighting source. The only thing I can think to do is just torch spam. I don't have any torches on me, but that's a lot of torch spam and it's going to look super duper ugly. So I'm honestly thinking what I do is get the guards and the barracks sorted pronto, ASAP, right away, so that the villagers can actually, you know, survive the night, because as you can see, it's getting dark. Stuff is going to start spawning like crazy here. If there was a villager, they don't stand much of a chance. Alright, the episode is getting on a little bit here, so let's talk about the storage room. As I said, I'm thinking over there could be a good spot for it, and that is because, in case you missed last episode, all of the main buildings aside from the homes are going to go over on this stretch of land. All of the other buildings, the smithy, the library, the tavern, the school, anything like that is going to go over here. So obviously we want to have the storage room over here because that's where all of the items are deposited. We wouldn't want to have it all the way over where the homes are going to be and they have to trek that entire way. That's going to be quite a walk. So it definitely has to go over here. I'm just not sure where exactly. Maybe just smack bang in the middle. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a think and then we can start building it. So there it is, the storage room and the town hall, both looking pretty fantastical, right? I would say so at least. Something I do have to go careful with though is that I don't accidentally create Mecklen's Vale but with colourful roofs. We're in a very similar biome to Mecklen's Vale. In fact, we're in the exact same one, Extreme Hills, as you can see over here. So I have to go careful with that, and also it's pretty easy to slip into a medieval style in this game if you're not careful. Hence why I'm going so like over the top with some of these different elements in the fantasy genre, because I don't want to just end up making a medieval village, like I said, with cyan roofs. We've already done that before, so I really want to try and make this look different, and I'm going to have to make pretty conscious decisions to make sure that doesn't happen. You guys may have to get on my back a little bit if it does start to turn into that, but I think we should be good. I mean, right now, it doesn't look like Mecklen's Vale, right? It's just in the same location and we're using lots of wood. Hopefully that's the only two similarities at the moment. Not really a massive deal if it looks slightly similar in some aspects. But yes, this is the storage room. Let's take a little look around. So as you can see, we have 4 entrances. 3 of them are completely open. And yeah, the doorway, obviously we have to have that so we can place down our token, which we will do in 1 second. But yeah, the other 3 very open, just allows the villagers to get in and out nice and easy. And yeah, there are 16 double chests, I believe that is. Yep, 4 in each corner. Underneath we got some redstone lamps as hidden lighting, and just kind of done a transition between the spruce and then the grass out here to make it look like the dirt has kind of been stepped inside a little bit, you know? So yeah, that is everything I think I needed to do with the storage room, except from furnaces. I don't have any of them, but there's nowhere really to put them, so hopefully they won't need any coal. That's all it's really used to make. But if we just actually take a flight on up to the top, ouch, my face, that didn't really go to plan. But there's actually a little bit of a section up here where we could do something. So the villagers obviously won't be able to access it, but I could put something up here, and I'm honestly debating on putting like maybe just bulk storage, because quite often I'll get a certain type of resource in just massive amounts and I never know where really to put it. And bearing in mind my storage system up there is pretty tiny, maybe I could do something like that, or I'm not sure. You guys can let me know down in the comments. I do, however, need to remove that stone block. I'm assuming there's concrete powder above it. Indeed there is. So I believe the final thing we have to do in today's episode, still ever so frightened of that end crystal, is actually go inside my villager item chest. That is the heart, by the way, changed with the resource pack. I tell you guys that all the time. It's linked in the description. TekTopia, Rustic TekTopia, that's the name. But we want to grab storage and an item frame, and then if we just quickly fly on down before the sun sets, we can actually place this thing down, and then we'll have the town hall and the storage room all ready for next... That's not a storage token. There it is, for next episode, when we can actually get some of our first villagers, which should be very, very exciting. I hope you guys are now very, very looking forward to the rest of this village. I know last episode we didn't really do a whole bunch, but hopefully this has got you a little bit more excited. It certainly has for me. So thank you guys ever so much for watching this one. I really hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.